Imagine a world where education does not merely inform, but transforms where it serves as a bridge between past and future, between tradition and innovation. Sounds compelling, doesn't it? Well, today we embark on a journey through such a world where education and culture are not separate entities, but rather threads intricately woven into the fabric of a nation's identity. I am Jihan Zahrah from the Faculty of Law at the University of Muhammadiyah, Jakarta, and it is my profound honor to stand before you today exploring the profound synergy between education and culture in Indonesia. I am also delighted to be participating in ECOMP 2025 by the English Student Association of FIPUNJ, an experience that further fuels my passion for language, education, and meaningful discourse. Mr. Churchill once remarked, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts, and in no sphere in the sentiment more relevant than in the realm of education. For education at its core is not simply about acquiring knowledge, it is about resilience, about progress, and about the courage to preserve one's roots while reaching the future. Indonesia, a vast archipelago over 17,000 islands, is a land where centuries-old traditions coexist with modern aspirations. Our educational landscape reflects this duality. On one hand, we see the age-old placenta, where knowledge is not just taught but passed down through a lineage of scholars, deeply intertwined with moral and ethical values. On the other hand, we see international schools and modern universities striving to compete on a global stage, producing graduates fluent in foreign languages and adepts cutting-edge technology. But here lies the question: are we striking the right balance? Too often, we measure educational success through rankings, test scores, and the numbers of graduates employed by multinational corporations. But should education not also be measured by how well it preserves identity? Should it not be assessed by how deeply it instills a sense of belonging, a respect of heritage, and an understanding of one's role in a larger cultural narrative? There exists, undeniably, a growing disconnect between education and culture in Indonesia. Walk into any modern classroom today, and you will find students well versed in Western philosophies, able to discuss Shakespeare or Newtonian physics with confidence. But ask them about wisdom of Ki Hajar Dewantara, the philosophies of Pramudia Anantatur, or the intricate history of their own ancestors, and many will fall silent. This is not the fault of the student, nor the teachers, but rather the system itself, a system that, in its pursuit of global competitiveness, has often neglected the richness of local knowledge. Like, in our haste to embrace international curricula, have we inadvertently alienated our own cultural wealth? Have we forgotten that an education system should not just prepare students for jobs, but also cultivate thinkers, innovators, and leaders rooted in their own heritage? If we are to build an education system that truly reflects Indonesia's essence, we must begin by integrating culture not as a peripheral subject, but as a foundation of learning. This means we should revitalizing knowledge or indigenous wisdom, whether in the form as traditional, medical, ecological conversation or community-based conflict resolution, contains invaluable insights that can complement modern science. We must ensure these are not lost in history books but actively taught and applied in contemporary education. Two, we should empowering language diversity. Indonesia is home to more than 700 languages, yet Bahasa Indonesia is often prioritized at the expense of regional dialects. Language is the vessel of a culture. When we lose a language, we lose an entire worldview. Schools must not only teach but celebrate linguistic diversity, ensuring that future generations remain connected to their roots. Success should not be solely defined by the ability to secure a high paying job in a multinational company, a graduate who revitalizes traditional crafts, a researcher who applies indigenous horticultural techniques to combat climate change, or a writer who preserves folklore through literature. These two should be seen as markers of educational excellence. Now, Some may argue that in an era of globalization, local culture must inevitably take a back seat to international competitiveness, but I challenge this notion. True progress is not about choosing between the global and the local. It is about integrating both. Consider Japan, where cutting edge technology thrives alongside deep reverence for tradition. Consider Finland, where the most advanced education system in the world still incorporates folk tales, regional history, and environmental wisdom into its curriculum. These nations prove that a country does not need to erase its cultural identity to succeed on the world stage. It needs only to straighten it. Indonesia, too, can achieve this balance. We can't be a nation that produces world-class scientists, economists, and innovators while still holding steadfast to our traditions, our philosophies, and our cultural wisdom. Education is more than just an academic pursuit. It is a lifelong journey of identity, resilience, and purpose. And as we stand at the crossroads of change, we must summon the courage, as Churchill so aptly put it, to continue building an education system does not erase but embraces, continue fostering a generation that is not only intelligent but also culturally aware, to continue proving to the world that progress does not mean abandoning one's roots, but rather cultivating them. For in the end, a nation that remembers its past, understands its present, and shapes its future, that is a nation truly educated. Thank you.